Hi everyone, this is Dr. Aitsi-Selmi for another episode of Wise Wednesdays. 2 weeks ago, Wise Wednesdays focused on the idea of psychological safety at work and the idea that people don't leave jobs, they leave toxic work cultures. Thank you if you read that post and if you responded to it and for your questions. One of the questions that came up was, well, what is a toxic work culture exactly? So that's what I hope to explore today briefly in this short video. There are 3 factors that are well known in the research to cause harm to health. If we define toxicity as being harmful to us as human beings, either our bodies or our minds, these are the 3 factors that are known to cause diseases such as heart disease or diabetes or mental health difficulties. Number 1, job strain. And job strain is the experience of having a lot of work or high demand, but not enough control over your work. So you don't feel that you have enough autonomy over your work, and that creates stress and that creates illness. Number 2 is effort reward imbalance. And that means that you are putting in a lot of effort, you're working hard, but the reward in terms of the salary, in terms of the promotion prospects, in terms of the respect, the self-esteem, that you might receive from your work environment, from your bosses, doesn't match up, and that creates stress and that creates illness. And finally, hierarchy or inequality. The structures that are very hierarchical, where there's someone at the top giving orders to people down beneath them, creates stress. And it's not just stress for everybody who's lower in the hierarchy, it's also stress for the people or the person at the top, probably because they have to maintain their position, and that can be stressful for fending off people who want their position. But also there's something else going on in that those kinds of structures and environments are just stressful. Perhaps it's because they come from older programming in our human evolutionary history that's no longer appropriate for the conditions we live in today. So those were the 3 factors that create toxicity or harm to health and well-being to human beings in the workplace. These are the 3 well-researched factors. You can look them up. The Whitehall studies are long-term studies that have looked at these factors. And there are many others. I'm just sharing 3 of the most well-known ones. So as you go forward, and then a question you can ask yourself is, do these factors exist in my environment? And start to perhaps make decisions as to how you want to engage with that environment, or whether you don't want to engage at all. As Eckhart Tolle says, there are only 3 responses to a situation. 1 is to change the situation, 1 is to change the attitude to the situation, and 1 is to leave the situation. And finally, I think it's important to say that the world we live in now is not the industrial era. It's not as simple to produce things in our society as it was before. We're more interconnected. There's more disruption through innovation and technology happening, and there's a lot of complexity and uncertainty, which means we ultimately have to revise our cultural attitudes in work, or our work cultures, and hopefully make them healthier and productive in a sane way. So that's it for this week. I hope you found that helpful. Please feel free to leave any comments. Feel free to share with anybody who might find this useful. Ask any questions, and I hope to be able to address them in the future. Have a wonderful week, and till soon. Bye-bye.